Principal, and this is Coffee Talk. Hi, Uncle Al. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Creative redundancy in the house. Welcome, welcome. I'm hoping everybody had a good day. It was it was a busy day for me, and got a lot done. It's the if you can believe it, it's the end of a 3 weeks period. Already had 3 weeks. Well, we had a week and then we had spring break and then we've had 2 more weeks. So yeah, it's been a division, but we had uh, we had a good spring break, and then we've had 2 weeks back. So every 3 weeks is progress reports, and then every 9 weeks is a quarter, and I have to do what's called IEP reporting for that. But this is just a 3 weeks report, so I have to have grades in tomorrow. Well, I have the weekend, but I want to get them in tomorrow so I don't have to take them home. And then I also have to input conduct grades for my kids. Joseph Moore, how are you doing, Joseph? And KP Heathen, welcome, KP Heathen from Louisiana. Six in the house, 5 likes. Thank you, guys. Have I got everybody that's come in? Let me see. Have I got everybody? Looks like I did. So tomorrow's Friday. Make it through tomorrow. And then I have a weekend, thank God. Work 5 days a week. Oh man, I'm gonna be so happy to have a weekend. I am tired. And I am drinking Diet Coke. And I am live streaming. That was for the wife who's being real loud out there. Talking to my kid in the other room. So there's stuff going on in the news. People are starting to talk about World War III. Oh, Lord have mercy. I saw a headline that the Secretary of State, a guy by the name of Blinken, said that Ukraine is going to be admitted into NATO. Well, if that happens, and if Ukraine is still at war with Russia, then Ukraine can basically request NATO intervene, and you will have World War III. You know. And quite frankly, Russia can't stand up to NATO, not with conventional weapons. And Putin's already threatening to use nukes. So what do you think would happen? You would have an escalation because he'd use nukes, and then NATO would use nukes, and then it would escalate. And before you knew it, we'd start having our continent hit. You know. But remember, that party's peaceful. They're peaceful. You know. Please. Crossover Paranormal Society, welcome. Mama Four Boys, welcome. You better be prepping. You better be prepping. Everybody can't just come to my house. How are you doing, Crossover Paranormal Society? Winter happens, that's right. Some places it gets a lot colder than others. Where I live, we have 3 maybe 4 freezing spells all winter. For me, a minor freezing spell, and that I'm counting the 3 or 4. Usually, most of the freezing weather is like overnight, once or twice, or for 1 or 2 days overnight, warms up above freezing during the daytime. And we may have one really cold spell where it gets down to 20 degrees and it stays it stays below freezing for like 48 hours before it warms back up. That's where I live. Yeah, and you got people who live where it is the snowpocalypse. So there was a magnitude 7.6 or 7.7 earthquake right off the coast of Taiwan, and it really shook the place up, took down some buildings, killed some people, not that many, but maybe 1,000 injuries, and I think about a dozen people died. Not nice. It was not nice at all, but it's on the ring of what they call the Ring of Fire, that Pacific Rim, where most of the earthquakes and the volcano activity happens around the world. Mansing Lippet, welcome Mansing Lippet. Now is a good time to be getting your preps together. If you are not prepared, now is the time to be getting prepared. Also, it'd be a good time to take a first aid course. You can take first aid courses. It doesn't cost you anything. You can get a first aid card that basically says that you've been taught the basics of CPR, the Heimlich maneuver, basic first aid, how to use an AED, if there's one available. And I recommend everybody should take a basic first aid course. The Black Widow channel, welcome to Black Widow channel. I was looking at a short today, and it had a military person that had like an AK-47, and he had it wrapped with a couple of tourniquets. And he basically was using the tourniquets as a cheek pad to protect him for when he shoots. And the idea, because of the type of stock that they have, and some of them have metal stocks, and it showed one that was wrapped with a couple of tourniquets that was a metal stock, to protect you. And they said also in a battlefield situation, if you did need a tourniquet, you could basically just pull one off and it's ready to use. The idea is to stop blood loss, to cut the blood loss, because you can bleed out. And that's one of the reasons why, the idea of a tourniquet. And that's something that they teach you how to use in the first, if you take a good first aid course, they'll teach you about tourniquets. And they'll teach you a lot of the basic stuff like pressure bandages, and they teach a lot of the basics. The Bud Files, welcome Bud Files. 6 in the house, 8 likes. So I did a short today, and I actually made it at school this morning. I took I have a little stash, and I took some of my hot sauce to school, and I use hot sauce. Sometimes I'll microwave something and I'll use some green sauce on it. So I took 3 bottles of Cholula to school. I took images of them. I slapped it. This is like 6:30 this morning. You know, school doesn't start to 8:30. You're required to be there at 8. So I mean, I'm on my own time, and I put it together, and I put music to it, and then I uploaded it. And right now it's got about 60 views, and probably about a dozen comments from people. Belinda's Country Belinda's Country Living, welcome. So I ran a playlist last night, like 8. I ran 8 live streams. Two of them from one person, because Melinda Elliott had done like a couple of 30-minute live streams that she had done. So I ran 2 of those, and then I ran some hour and a half live streams for 6 other people. And I just haven't had time to leave comments and likes, but I will leave comments and likes. And normally what I do is I normally tell them it's a full replay. I'll tell them what like number it is, and I'll leave and I will leave a like. And I just hadn't had a chance to, and I am tired. I'm semi-forcing myself to do this live stream because I didn't do one last night, and I'm trying to keep up. My watch hours are dropping. My views are up, but my watch hours are dropping. So it is what it is, and I'm just trying to take care of business. Hey, little lone purper, how are you doing? I think this is something that they're doing. I think this is something that YouTube is doing now. They have the option of doing full. It's an option that they put forth, is to do full screen. So even though my iPad is tilted, it's not sideways, it's tilted up. I guess you can get that. I wasn't even aware that was the case, but that's cool. I've had people complain about why I'm not doing full screen, so I guess YouTube is taking care of that one. And to answer the question, I do plan on upgrading the equipment. I'm going to buy at some point in the near future, I'm going to buy a new MacBook. I'm going to buy a new iPad, and I'm going to buy a new iPhone. I'm going to buy a new ring light mount setup, and I'm going to try to enter the 21st century, with it. Yeah, well, I didn't buy all of them. I'm letting y'all buy a few. I'm still buying stuff. I'm still ordering stuff. I'm getting cases of stuff yet. I went into one of my hall closets. It's full of preps and full of cans of various sundries. That I need to figure out what all I got. I didn't inventory, but the stuff I've had for several years. And that's in a part of the house that we keep climate controlled, so it's usually in their low 70s. Utah Mike, welcome, Utah Mike. Yeah, Uncle Al's been putting out some good. He's been going around. and he's been taking images on of the shelves, various food items and such, and canned foods, and like Hormel Completes and Dingy Moores and some of those. They're like the military retort pouches, but instead of a tear notch, it's like just a peel. Those 8-ounce meals, you can get them for about 2.25. At least where I live, they're about 2.25. And I order cases of them on Amazon. I'll order a case. So like I'll get a case of 5. Depending on what I get, it's either 5 packs or 6 packs. Some of them are 5 packs, some of them are 6 packs. And I pay like $13, a little over $13. You can go on Amazon and look. I paid a little over $13. Some of them I pay a little over $15 for. And the 6 packs are usually around $15, and the 5 packs are usually around $13. So I've been buying a lot of those. I've got so many rations. It's not funny when it comes to military rations. I've got a bunch of cases of humanitarian daily rations. Some of them are Sapaco, some of them are Warnick. There's slight difference to what they put in them based on the companies. Good stuff. When when you can get a case of 10 24-hour humanitarian daily rations for $35, and yeah, they're probably about 4 years old, but they'll last you 20 years if you store them properly. Buy them, and I tend to buy 2 at a time. They'll come bound together, and I have not gotten any that were in bad shape. I haven't gotten any that were in bad shape. I have gotten Sapaco low sodiums where the box was pretty beat up. The last box I bought, and I paid about $45 for it, I said, I'm not going to buy any more of those in the near future. I was not happy about that. And I probably could have called and complained, and they probably would have made it right with me, but I just, nah. And that was a case that I took to school. I opened them up and let the kids have them. We pulled them out and we heated some, and then I gave them some to take home, for my kids. Melinda Elliott, I was talking about you, lady. We paid $120 for a year. All right, what did you pay $120 for a year for? I'm trying to look at this. Started with Apple when daughter was in elementary school. Now own too many Apple products to change. Yeah, I pay for my editor, so I'm not sure. Hello, David in chat. Hello, Melinda. I don't pay for YouTube Premium. I don't pay for any programs or anything. As far as there are people who use oh shoot, my brain is dead right now. They pay for that program that they use to live stream. Shoot. I use the name all the time, and now I just can't think of it. It's old age setting in. But they pay for, and it's a good program from the standpoint that you can have multiple people on. You can do all sorts of effects and everything with it. With YouTube, you got this is it. There's nothing flashing up on the screen. There's nothing projected up on the screen. There's no special effects, music playing or sounds, or I'm not using a mixing board where I can have people laughing or make sounds or whatever like some people do. Some people got full mix setups. Yeah, StreamYard. Thank you, Uncle L. StreamYard. I don't do StreamYard. I know several people who do. They like it. I'm not knocking it. Uh, I'm a lot sharper in the morning than I am in the evening. I get up in the morning usually 5 o'clock. Sometimes I get up at 4 o'clock. You can hear the dog back there. We have two dogs that are indoor dogs. They're indoor outdoor, but they stay indoors. And I don't know. Some things I spend lots of money on, and some things I go on the cheap. And I don't do all the social media. Pastor Green sent me a link, and it was a Facebook link for something. I don't do Facebook. You know, I hadn't responded to him. He had sent me something that was he sent me a link for a YouTube clip, and I watched it and thanked him for it. But then he sent me something for Facebook, and I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I don't do any of that social media stuff. I don't have a LinkedIn. I'm not a LinkedIn or whatever. I opened a Rumble account, which I've never used. You know, I don't. I don't do that stuff. I don't have time to do that stuff. Thank you, Uncle Al. I don't know why I got white on mine, so I don't know why yours is like that. I don't know. Apologies if I have anything to do with that. I don't think I have anything to do with that. Indiana. So the latest I've heard, in addition to the earthquake, oh, and it caused a 1 foot tsunami or tidal wave. 1 foot. It moved the water about a foot out of place, and thank God it wasn't like a massive one, because they could very easily create, depending on what happens and where it happens at, it can create like a massive, that'll kill thousands of people, like the one that hit Japan back, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago. The one that caused that meltdown on that nuclear plant. It can happen. I use, to edit my stuff, I use my iPhone 7, old school, and I use iMovie. It doesn't cost me anything. It's on iPhone. I use that for editing. I can put graphics up with it. I can put music up with it. I don't do a lot of the special effects, and the fades and the this and the that and the other. I just basically do straight cuts from one thing to another. And it serves me for my simple editing and such. It serves me. There are big channels, and I'm not talking to anybody here. I mean, you may be one of the people that have 10,000 subscribers, and I don't consider that a big channel. It's a lot bigger than mine, but I don't consider that a big channel. But you've got people who've got channels that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and when you release something other, you get probably 100,000 or more, views. My channel has had a total of about 110,000 views since I've been, uploading stuff. Got about 110,000 views. And you get lots of people that I've never heard of. I come across them sometimes, and I look at, wow, that's a pretty good sized channel. I've never heard of it. And they get hundreds of thousands of views per video. Or they do a live stream, and they've got thousands of people on their live stream, viewing their live stream. So I don't consider myself a big a big channel. I am Betty J. Gathers. Hello, Betty J. Gathers. Welcome to my channel. I guess you're channel surfing or somebody refer you. Let me look at your channel, ma'am. 1.73K subscribers, 656 videos. I am subscribed to you, and I've been viewing some of your stuff. Yeah, I have visited you before, and I have been watching some of your. Matter of fact, I get your some of your shorts. Sometimes they roll through. Copy link. And I think I found you on Echo's channel, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. You are now a standard moderator on my channel, Betty. Yeah, I think you were in a live stream, maybe living my best life at 60. I think that's where I found you and I subscribed you. We are subscribed. Idaho Garden Girl, welcome, Idaho Garden Girl. Idaho Garden Girl's got an excellent channel. If you want to know something about gardening, or if you want to know something about aero gardening or hydroponics gardening, she's your gardening whisperer. I will tell you that she is an expert. She's educated and she is an expert. Oh, Hillbilly Josh, how are we doing, Hillbilly? Welcome. Yeah, Betty, what I would tell you is reach out to those in here that you're not subscribed to. They will be happy to reach back out to you and subscribe you. That way you both will grow together. Connect and connect. So now is the time that you need to be getting your preps together. Something could happen. It's spring. There's still places that are experiencing winter weather, the last throes of winter. And summer will be around the corner. Before you know it, it'll be hurricane season. Also, if something does happen, it will certainly disrupt distribution chains. It will disrupt the flow of food. Prices will be going up as they are. They'll go up more. There may be shortages if there's a run. So I would be acquiring, if you've got the money to do it. If you're on a limited budget, then I would be budgeting for it, and I would be trying to increase the amount of food I have. I'd be trying to increase and have a means to clean water, bottled. I'd have a lot of bottled water if I could, and I'd have a means to filter it, a means to clean it. Yes, please. After the video ends, if you would come back and leave a like, if you have not left a like, and leave a comment, I would appreciate it. And Steve and Tina Jewell, welcome, Steve and Tina Jewell. Still no word from Bus Stop. I have not heard from Bruno at all. His phone, last I tried to call him, his phone had been disconnected. He hasn't had any movement on his channel, so I don't know what happened to him. I hope nothing bad happened to him personally. I'm behind on making videos. I'm behind on making shorts. I haven't been doing the community posts. I haven't been doing the shout outs. I haven't been doing reach outs. I've been pretty stagnant lately. I do the best I can to try to do an hour live stream. And I'm not doing a lot of prep for it. I mean, I look at stuff going on in the news. I try to talk about things that are happening. I try to encourage people, you know, as far as items that they should have and items that they should be trying to get. You need to be first and foremost. You need to be organized. You need to make an inventory. Get yourself a notebook and write down things that you have. Figure out things that you need, and start shopping to try to find the things that you need. Yeah, there is, and there has been a big rush on rice and beans. The more the larger the quantity you buy, the less per pound it is. If you go and buy a pound of rice now, you could very easily be paying $1 for a pound of rice, maybe a little over $1 for a pound of rice. If you buy a 50-pound bag of rice, you will probably get it for around $26, unless it's really shot up in the last few days. You get a 50-pound bag of pinto beans, you're going to pay for it $37, $38 for a 50-pound bag. I would encourage you to acquire a few of the white food grade buckets with lids. Get some 5-gallon Mylar bags. Buy beans. Buy pinto beans. Buy white rice. Bag them. Put oxygen absorbers and moisture absorbers in it. Seal the bag. Seal the bucket, or use a Sharpie to put what's in the bucket, and write the date in which you prepped it. Store it someplace in a climate controlled area inside. Don't put it out in your garage. Don't put it out in a shed. Put it in a closet or someplace that's climate controlled where it doesn't get too hot, not in direct sunlight, and it will last you for a number of years. When you open it up, it'll be just fine. And you can buy all sorts of stuff. You don't just have to buy pinto beans. You can buy other types of beans. You can buy lentils. You don't want to buy brown rice. Brown rice is better for you. It tastes better than white rice, but it doesn't store a long time. You're not going to be you're not going to be able to store it up, and it's not going to last. If you try to store it, you're not going to want to store it that long. You'll be lucky if it lasts, if it doesn't start going bad on you in a year. You do not want, if you're going to buy brown rice, you want to be eating it. It's not something you can store for a long time. Yes, seasonings. Good idea. Number one, salt and pepper. Buy salt, buy pepper, buy sugar, buy flour. Buy your choice in what you want. Buy sauce. Buy vinegar. Buy the staples. Yes, get a manual grinder. It's good, you know, if the electricity's running, you want an electric grinder. But if the power goes out, you want a manual grinder. You want manual can openers. Good to have an electric can opener. I got an electric can opener, but I've got manual can openers. Power goes out, you want manual can openers. More than one. They're not expensive. That's something you need. Yes, you can go to food pantries. You can go to church pantries. You can go to, you can get on the list, and you can get a box every month. Chocolate chip cookies. Herbs and spices and hot sauce. Right now, if you go over to a place like Walmart and you buy a 5-ounce hot sauce like Tabasco or Cholula, you're going to pay a little over $3.50 for a 5-ounce hot sauce. You go to a place like Sam's and you get a 12-ounce, they'll sell the 12-ounce. You get a 12-ounce Tabasco sauce, and you're going to pay normally about $5.50 for it. So they had them on clearance at Sam's, and I paid $3.47, somewhere around $3.50. This is a 12-ounce, and I bought 3 of them. And I have a full-size big one like this. It's about half, and then I got 3 more. You know. And then I buy, when I give, you know, when I do like send goodie boxes, I'll do like the 5-ounce, and I'll give out like a green sauce, chipotle, and a, you know, the originals. And Uncle Al sent me a Cholula, which green pepper, which is really good. And I opened it, and he sent me an original. And then when I was over at Walmart looking at, and they had a garlic Cholula, so I bought a garlic. I haven't tried it. The only one I've opened is the green sauce, and I went and I bought a second one, you know, beyond what he had sent me. Cruising scene. How are you doing, cruising? Thank you for coming in. So start getting your stuff together. Make sure you have a means to heat water. Hot water, if you don't have hot water, you can't really make decent coffee, you can't make hot tea, you can't make hot soup, you can't reconstitute freeze-dried foods really. You need hot water, boiling water. And if the power goes out, and if you got gas and the gas goes out, how are you gonna heat water? What are you gonna do? I mean, it's to the point with some folks that they'll be on the last roll of toilet paper before they go buy toilet paper, or they'll be completely out before they go buy toilet paper, and there'll be a run on that. And I've seen runs on that in paper towels. There have been runs on baby formula when they had the contamination at the plant. This one big plant produces the bulk of the baby formula, and people were freaking out. They were talking about, we're going to have to buy goats, goat's milk or whatever. And there will come a time, the scriptures talk about it, there will come a time. That time is coming. I hear them talk about, that they want to rebuild it. They want to build the third temple. They've got all the stuff to put in it already. And then there are people who think, well, I mean, the Lord's coming, I'll just die. I'll meet the Lord. I'm not speaking against it. I've got a friend, he's in his mid-70s, he's very educated, and retired administrator, retired counselor, very well-to-do. And we talk, and he collects weapons, and he's got all sorts of stuff, And I talked to him about prepping and talking about food and such and water and all this, and he's not really into that. Oh yeah, he's got some, and it's like something happened, he'd be okay for a couple of weeks. But he says that he doesn't want to survive any sort of worldwide SHTF or whatever, And there are people who are like that. They'll just sit there and wait to die. And you never know. I thank God every day. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day that I woke up. Thank God for another day. Every morning I say the Lord's Prayer. I pray. I pray for my family, my wife, my daughters. I pray for wisdom. I pray for health and peace, protection from evildoers. WD Glock and Roll, good to see you in the house. It's been a while. WD Glock and Roll, please leave a like to support the channel. 13 in the house, 15 likes. It's at that point where I basically have to remind people about their manners. When you come into somebody's live stream or you watch somebody's video, it doesn't cost you anything to leave them a like. Don't be so stingy with the likes. The first thing I do is leave a like. When I leave a comment, I try to let them know what like number I was. That way, hopefully they'll come back and they'll visit me. When I go visit them, I let them know who was there, leave them a like and a supportive comment, and hopefully they'll come back and visit me. A lot of times I'll click on the button to indicate how long I watched their video. Shorter videos that aren't that long, watch the whole thing. If it's a live stream, yeah, I do a lot of overnight plays. Do a playlist. My channel gave them watch time. Did I actually watch it? I'd be lying to you if I said yes. No, I didn't. I don't have hours and hours and hours to watch all these live streams when I should be sleeping. But I give them the playtime. I leave them likes. I let them know who it was. That's good. Steph, that's good. I appreciate that. I don't doubt it, Mom. You don't have to speak it. But there are people, because I'm writing down a list of who all's come in that identified themselves. I've had 19 people come in that identified themselves, and I've got 16 likes I'm showing. So that means most everybody did that. But a few people didn't. I'm just reminding those who possibly didn't to, if you're still here, please leave a like. That's just like after the live stream, loads, go back and leave a comment. If you've already left a like, go back and leave a comment. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm actually, and most people don't do this, I don't think, but I mean, I write down, like people come into my streams, I write down, Tuesday I did a stream. 23 people came in, identified themselves. I haven't went back to see. I have not had time. I haven't went back to go see who left comments. I haven't added on their names. I haven't responded to comments. I'm behind. And I've had 19 people come in tonight so far that have left comments. I'll do a snapshot, and my snapshot will probably be twice the number that leave comments, or a little more than twice the number that leave comments. People come in and lurk. They don't want to leave a fingerprint. They don't want anybody to know. I've got friends, older people, they'll watch my live stream and they'll send me a text message. Hey, I liked your live stream. I liked such and such, or they'll call me up. Oh, I was going to call you, but I mean, I saw you were on live streaming, you're on live. So, it happens. Mr. Whistle, welcome, Mr. Whistle. Thank you for coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel. I've had about 60 people view my unboxing from Uncle Al. And I'm procrastinating. I'm sorry. I'll try to this weekend finish my goodie box for SD Mountain Man Scott, and I'll try to get the rest of my video upload. All I've got, the only segment I have not done is loading the box, showing what's in the box, and getting it edited with iMovie and setting it as a premiere. My hope is I'll premiere it next Wednesday. I'll get it off to him, hopefully maybe Saturday. If not, then it'll probably be Monday. I'll send him a tracking number, let him know when to expect it. I've sent him stuff before. He didn't have any problems getting it. He sent me stuff. Want to get that out of the way. And then I'll be flipping a coin to see whether it's Joseph Moore or Hillbilly Josh Loftus will be the next couple that'll get the goodie boxes from me. And I've got all the components. I've got the stuff to send them. I mean, certain things I buy in bulk, And if I think I'm getting low, I buy more. So, and my wife is bad. I opened up a box of Ready Wise and pulled out I was going to mix a pack. It was a four serving size of four. I was going to fix it and said, hey, we can eat this. No, no, that's prep. No, that's for emergencies. And I got tons of this stuff. I got tons of it. Don't worry about it. You need to eat a little bit of it. And she doesn't have a problem eating it. Like when she goes camping, I give her stuff to take all the time when she and the kid go camping. I used to go with them. No problem. Just boil water. They take a 12-volt refrigerator freezer with them. They take a generator with I guess what you call a power station, solar panel to recharge it, folding solar panel. But you can recharge it. They'll have electricity at the camp, and they can just plug it in electricity to recharge it. I bought her a $400 tent. One of her birthday presents. Her birthday's right around Thanksgiving, so they had the Black Friday, and I got her like a $400 tent from Kohl's for Black Friday. One of those big, I think it's a 10-person tent, the 2-room, type things, segmented out. I've got 2 power stations that I bought. I've got a Pecron and I've got a Blue Eddy, good sized power stations. I need to do unboxings of. I got them on sale. I buy when stuff's on sale. I got a good deal on them. I need to do unboxing videos. They're sitting right behind me. 10 in the house. 16 likes. 20 channels came through so far. At least that I've written down names for. So, treat people the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. The golden rule. Lead by example. Demonstrate you have home training. I was looking at statistics, and looking at what I teach. A lot of the kids who have got serious issues, single parent moms raising them, or there is a stepfather or a step boyfriend in the picture, and there are younger siblings that are with the new guy. A lot of anger, a lot of dysfunction. Lack of home training, lack of discipline from the home. Kid gets in trouble, and the parent defends the child. Society. There are places that are functional. There are places that are dysfunctional. You've got societal acceptable norms. There are places, there are neighborhoods, there are parts of cities, inner city areas that are very dysfunctional, that don't function within societal norms. It's becoming a big problem in areas. The so-called blue cities, the sanctuary cities. You've got genteel people moving out, money moving out. Certain states where you've got state income tax, city income tax. They tax you to death. Prices are higher. Crime is higher. Violence against people, violence against the police. They hate the police. They hate law enforcement. The people that they elect don't respect law enforcement. They don't respect societal norms. They're angry. They point the fingers because they've got grievances. They want they want they want to be paid. A lot of the places where they're pushing for money because of slavery were never slave areas. California was never a slave state. Illinois was never a slave state. New York was never a slave state. You got all these places where they want to give people because their ancestors were slaves. My ancestors were slaves. They had white slavery. The Romans loved blonde-haired slaves. They enslaved my ancestors. Further back, am I asking for the Italians to play reparations? I mean, certain things are stupid. And they'll look at you with a straight face. Yep. 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 That Sheila Jackson Lee ran for mayor of Houston, that crazy Democrat congresswoman, Sheila Jackson Lee. She ran for mayor of Houston. She didn't win. And now she's either back in Congress or she's running for Congress again. Well, I judge people, but I judge them for what I see in the way that they behave. I take offense if they smell bad. I've got a weak stomach. I don't like smell. If you don't have enough hygiene that you shower or you bathe or whatever on a regular basis and you stink, I don't want to be anywhere near you. Does that make me prejudiced? My nose is prejudiced. Does it have anything to do with the color of your skin? No. Some of my fondest memories are of people that are no longer here that were like family to me. And did not have anything to do with skin color. Some of the my uncle, may he rest in peace, who taught me a lot, and he lived for another close to 20 years after my father passed away, mentored me. He said there was nothing worse than poor white trash. Now, I'm not saying to be poor is to be trash. I'm talking about a poor, trashy white person, or poor, trashy anybody. You know. But I'll never forget he used to talk about that. He said there was nothing worse than poor, just trashy white people. And there are trashy black people, there are trashy Hispanic people, there are trashy Asian people, there are trashy everybody. Every race has got trash among it. And I'm not making a racist comment. I'm basically just stating that there are good people and bad people, every colored skin, every race, every creed, every nationality, every whatever. There's good and bad. So tomorrow is Friday, and yeah, I got a kid at school. We burn scented wax. You know, we got electric. We burn scented wax. We use the spray. I take the spray. Oh yeah, and then sometimes we gotta like take it from the gym and throw them in the shower. Uh, their kids like I can remember back when I was a kid. I was 12, 13 years old. They had a kid. They he'd gross them out with their gag, and they'd make the coach take him over there and throw him in the shower. You know, and he'd have to they'd watch him use soap and wash himself. You know, use soap, use plenty of soap, hit hit everything. You know, do a good job. He'd be over there laughing. It's like, dang, damn it. uh, Take care, Uncle Al. Uncle Al could stomach about an hour of me, that he gets the hell out of here. Excuse my language. Anyway, it's been a day. 16 likes, 12 in the house. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. It will be greatly appreciated. Yeah, and you go places and you smell marijuana, and it's all good. Good night, Belinda. Thank you for coming in. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And it's just human nature. If you go for several days without bathing, everybody will smell bad. And back in the day when they didn't have running water and they didn't have the hygiene that they have today, people really didn't notice it because everybody smelled. You know, and you really just didn't notice it because everything smelled. So I repeat all the time, it's not too late to start getting your preps. Start buying bottled water, buy purification tablets or liquid, get a test kit that you can test water. And try to start storing up water. Right now, a 24 pack of bottled water is about $3.50. The gallons are about $1 a gallon, a little over $1 a gallon. You can reload the gallons. Get the kinds that have handles. Get the kinds that have handles for carrying. And you can reload them, or you can refill them. Start buying extra food. Buy canned goods, the stuff that you like. Buy spares and extras. Buy crackers are cheap. Buy boxes of crackers. Buy instant oatmeal. You get a 10 pack for $1.85. Buy ramen. Doesn't have to be expensive. Rice and beans. Have a means to heat water. Have a manual can opener. Have plenty of matches. Candles. Try to get you a power station. Something that you can charge. Lights. Get you some LED lithium lights. Get you a 12-volt fan. They don't run on that much power. If you can afford it, spend $300 and get yourself a nice 12-volt fridge freezer, something that'll run on 12 volt. That way you can cool stuff down and have cold water, cold milk, cold drinks, cheese, butter. Keep your stuff refrigerated. And everybody, life is good. You know, life is good. This is the best. This is the best time right now as far as the technology and the health care and everything that we've ever had. But it is what it is. Things happen. Things happen. You got to keep your eyes open, your ears open, be observant. Watch your back. Don't let people come up on you. Have a means to defend yourself. If you take medication, try to keep a supply of it. Remember the Boy Scout motto: be prepared. Prepping, prepare, be prepared. FEMA says you should have at least a week's worth of bottled water, a week's worth of canned food, or food that you can eat, and medication. If you take medication, have a supply of it. Have a means for hygiene. You know, to use the restroom. I've talked about it before. I've done videos on it. Look at my video log. You can watch different segments I've done. A lot of them are not that long, talking about different types of preps. I show stuff. Look back on my community posts, and I'll have things that I own, every one of them. Nobody's sponsoring me for anything. Look at those. Look at other people's. I'm not the only one that does this. By a long shot, am I not the only one that does this. Take care, Black Widow. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. I will be responding to my playlist, letting you know who I played. I play people who play me, and I leave a like, and I let you know it's a full replay. I support those who support me. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Show that you have good home training. Give back. I give back. I send stuff to people that I feel like, good people. My way of giving back. And everyone, I'll be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Look at my short. I put out a short. Look at my last 2 or 3 shorts if you haven't. It doesn't take you long. Leave a like and comment. Look at my videos. My last video was an unboxing of Galao. It's got about 60 views. This live stream tonight will have 60, 70, 80 views. So if you haven't had a chance to, go by and look at it. Leave me a comment, leave me a like. And I will plan on being back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time for another edition of, thank you, Hillbilly Josh, for another edition of Coffee Talk. Everybody, please have a blessed day, and thank you for coming. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. God bless. Bye.